Now, I know that since I became keenly aware of what I call the mechanics of manifestation, so it's a lot of the work that we do here is keyed in on that and discovering it and defining it. But there's different elements that make it all work.
Sure.
From the intention setting all the way through to the physical follow through within the 3D realm that we're in, and it's almost like you suddenly have lightning coming out of your fingertips and things just happen so fast. Ask the audience again, how many of you have actually put in some of these techniques for creating your own reality and done some experiments to see if it really works? And how many of you have succeeded?
Right on, some really,
isn't it amazing? I mean, it's like, it really is, that you can actually do it. I've everything that I've set out to do since I came to Sedona, I have manifested into reality, and it's just like, well, what are you going to do next? And it's like, there's no limits, and it's amazing. And
so one of the things that's important here is we just weave what we're talking about into the 2012 topic, is that our belief patterns are being shaken. And this is part of what is the chaos, is that as the energy shifts, as the fifth dimensional energy now has fully overlaid with the third dimensional energy, people have the opportunity to anchor in the third dimension of cause and effect, us versus them, polarity thinking, or to anchor in the expansive energy of the fifth dimension without knowing it, for the most part. They flip-flop, depending on whether they're in their heart or in their fear.
Right.
And so when you think about that, how many people are having sleep interruptions? How many people are hearing tones in their ears? How many people notice stuff in the peripheral vision? And I would guess, if we ask the audience again, hands up, any of those symptoms happening to you?
Lots of them. And see, this is the archangelic realm. What we refer to this as is ascension, acceleration, energy experiences. And we actually have a whole list of them on our website. If you go to our website, you can actually go and read about all of them. And the gift of being able to identify these experiences is this collective recognition that you're not crazy. How many of you have had your friends tell you you're crazy? Right? It's like, and that's one of the big ones, because there's those that are saying, I'm going to allow myself to be in the river and flow. And there are those on the side of the river watching going, well, let me know if you drown.
Right.
And that's okay. All paths are perfect. Some plants just grow better in shade. And so it's beautiful that they're there to provide the cover for those that need other things. And when we can recognize that every single event that is happening on this planet right now has been universally conspired to support our absolute greatest expansion, then we can jump into the fun and the experience and the joy that's anchored in soul-based knowing versus emotional-based joy, which is transient and dependent.
So it's almost like a galactic game. Hey, this is the place to be right now. Come one, come all.
Actually, it is.
I saw the advertising on that. They plastered it on the side of a planet somewhere.
Just about.
But the whole idea of coming here and coming into this realm, basically blind and deaf to where we came from and puzzling our way back out, is that what we're doing collectively?
It's a terrific adventure game, don't you think?
Absolutely.
To take these powerful co-creative beings and drop them into physical form and limitation with an extreme case of amnesia and say, okay, figure it out.
And what a gift. What a gift. Think about any time in your life, reminisce any time in your life where you really sought to uncover something, where it was your own little puzzle, your own game, and you finally did it. And no one told you about it. And this is why, we could do a whole show on the difference between prophecy and what if, and I'm just going to throw it out there because everyone asks us about Nostradamus and Revelations and the Mayan calendar, of course, and Sri and I were just appearing with the elders up in Santa Rosa, California. And the one thing that we all collectively understand is, what if the purpose of prophecy was to take you so far away from the truth that you knew that it would stimulate you to have to trust yourself? What if we've watched, I'm just going to pick on Nostradamus for a moment.
Sure.
So we have all the Nostradamus prophecies where people have said, yeah, but he predicted Hitler accurately, and he predicted this accurately, and he predicted, all of this accurately. Okay, what if it was because our co-collective consciousness conspired to support a stream of information that was introduced as a way to keep us asleep? What if we could wake up and realize, wait a minute, as powerfully as we conspired to align with that information, we can conspire to align with the paradigm of our own freedom and truth. What if we are that powerful? What if we are able to fully allow the infinite unknown to become expressed through us every minute of every day? What if we let that become present now? That's where we're at in history.
And it's happening to a large degree. And it's actually interesting. If you look, there is this paradigm. It could go either way.
Exactly.
And, I sometimes wonder if that's part of the illusion too.
Of course it is.
Now, you guys have a very specific role in helping to bring this consciousness about. And some might say it's unique. Some might say it's tangential. But it's definitely solid, and it's based on a lot of the core philosophies and beliefs that are coming out now. What's next for you guys?
Wow, what a great question. What's next, I know for Sri Ramka and I, we have been charged to write 9 books. This is only book 3 of 9, and we're already very full way into the 4th, which will come out in another 6 months. So I know that's a big piece of what's next. Also our ranch, the Tosa Center for Enlightened Living in New Mexico is becoming very rapidly a center of beautiful energies and upliftment information. Our radio show has become a beautiful way to reach people all over the world, and we're very excited about that. So, every Wednesday night we get the gift of communicating with people from around the world, and that's been a beautiful gift also.
The world can use a little more love. And when you say what's next, well, what's next is more clarity,
yes.
more truth,
yes.
more unconditional acceptance, trusting that all 6 billion paths are perfect, and helping our brothers and sisters to realize that we can get along, we can trust the universe, we can trust our own sacred hearts. And in doing so, we awaken to the true responsibility of co-creation. This isn't a morality, this isn't an activism, this isn't a guilt trip. It is an awakening into the knowing that we are divinely connected. Mm-hmm. And from that knowing, we create a whole new collective experience.
And I'd just like to wrap that up by sharing with you that, Sri Ramka and I literally do thousands of personal readings a year for people. And every one of them is really an experience in empowerment. It's not about the lotto numbers, as he always mentions.
Right.
However, one of the most popular questions we receive is, why am I here? Why am I here? Why did I come to the planet? What is my purpose? Why am I here? And at the greatest source of universal love, every one of us is here for the same reason. We're here to remember the divine while we were still in our bodies, so that our mere presence, not our words, our mere presence gives others the opportunity and the freedom to do the same thing. That's how you awaken a planet. It won't be with your words. It'll just be with your presence every minute of every day.
I think that's probably one of the most beautifully put sentences that kind of summarizes what people want to see in the spiritual evolution of the species. That was great. We could do interviews and shows probably 5 days in a row and really never scratch the surface about what you guys are about and what you're doing. So we'll wrap it up, but we're going to do another demonstration here in just a few minutes where you're actually going to do some work with the angelic realm for the audience.
Yes.
And so tell us a little bit about what that's going to be.
Would you like to share that?
Sure. One of the gifts that we've been given when we reunited, we jokingly talked about dating services in Sedona at the beginning of this conversation.
I feel like I never really gave you guys a chance to completely tell your story.
Well, it's in our first book.
Yeah.
We wrote a book.
It gives you guys motivation to go to the website. Watch this create reality. See, there's a website right there.
There it is.
I think every individual on the planet that is on a conscious spiritual path that is awakening says, I do have a purpose here, whether it's to anchor light and be a loving provider or caregiver to my family or through my career or healing or teaching or whatever it is. And as Kira and I came together, we recognized the gift of our reunion because for us, it's a soul completion.